So, quick disclaimer: I might miss a couple of things in the story. Okay, it's been a while. I don't have the best memory. Okay, I forget things, and I might make myself sound better than I am. Okay, like I'm not a completely good person. Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm not perfect. You're not either. Okay. Anyways, I am going to be telling you about how I got blocked because of a song. So this started out last year. Should I start with the song? Okay, I'll start with the song. So how it started was just like a guitar. By the way, this song is out. It's called For Her. It's on streaming. Go listen to it. Good plug. I know I can plug things. So so it started out just like a guitar, and I was in my cousin. At that time, I was living with my cousin in where I was living. Okay, and we were just like sitting down, and I came up with this chord progression on like on a guitar, not a real guitar, but I came up with this progression, and I was like, hmm. And I played it for him, and he was like, "Oh, that's sick." By the way, he's one of the more supportive people about. I'm sorry, I'm really hitting a lot of P's on this plosives. So he's very supportive about the whole thing. So I played for him and he's like, yeah, that's cool. He liked it. I was like, yeah, cool. And then usually when he likes it, I record it because I believe anything he likes is good. So I go about recording it and we record the whole song. I record the first demo, and it was just like hums, like the hums in the main song, that do 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 do, and a that sound. Those were the first things to happen, and then it was just like me trying to like layer more stuff, and that was like the whole demo. And it wasn't even real words at that time. Some of it was kind of there, but it wasn't a complete thing yet. So how it came about was uh it just sat on my laptop for a very long time, and then I came here on this sorry, on this we just recorded it. I we recorded it. So it's Cactinado's studio. Okay, so we it was, I think I slept over here, and the whole thing was just like, I was like, oh, this song, let me record this. It was After Solace, by the way, which is another song you should listen to. Good song, listen to it. It's a banger. Okay, more plug, guys. So, uh, after I recorded that one, the day before I recorded that one, and how now the pro now I know I've gone off track a lot, but how that girl comes in is I was seeing her around this time. Yeah, okay, and we're having conversations and stuff, and it was serious. Okay, it was serious. I was serious. At least I was serious. Okay, and I had most of the song written, but there's this particular section where I mentioned something that sort of relates to her. Um, edits, put it here,
I just
wherever.
wanna love you while you're making it so hard to. Don't know how much longer I can give you my assistance. When I try to hug you, you told me to keep my distance. What's the point in trying if I only get resistance?
Okay, I have assumed I have edited the song to play at that time, but that particular part was about her. Okay, no doubt about it. Where I mentioned, when I try to hug you, you told me to keep my distance. What's the point in trying if I only get resistance? and that was referring to our relationship at that point. I wasn't necessarily forcing myself on her, but it felt lackluster, and it felt like I was kind of giving more than I was getting. Not financially, okay, more of like emotionally. And that whole verse actually happened. In fact, it happened in school. So so I was so we were in school together, college by the way, and we were in college and we were kind of just having a conversation. This was the second time. It was the second time I met her in real life, and we were sitting together. We were having a conversation, just like a brief conversation. I had a class. I skipped the class by the way, and yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mom. You know, sometimes you have to derail. You have to go off the road to find the road. So, um, I skipped the class and I was kind of walking her out of school because she was going back to the dorm, her dorm, and I was like, "Oh, let me escort you." I reached the gate, and then I do this. Look at me, look at me. And you know she did. She was like, and as a gentleman, I was like, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry." And I quickly went back. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. My bad." And then I offered my hand and we shook. And that was, that was, and it was very awkward because it was in a public place and like there were people walking around. I was like, ah, shit. This is my end. Either way, that was kind of the whole thing. And it was kind of, it felt bad, okay? It felt bad. I felt really, like, really embarrassed in a way. And it was one of those things we had a conversation about. And she was like, "Oh, I only hug people who, like, I'm comfortable with." And I was like, "You're not comfortable with me?" Mind you, this is not the first day we're meeting, okay? And we've been talking for like a month at this point, you know? So I kind of felt bad about the whole thing. So that was what happened to lead to what I wrote. Okay. Now the rest of the song has nothing. Let me repeat it again. Nothing to do with her. And the whole thing is, the rest of it was about a show. I don't want to name the show because no, no. Okay. I wrote it about the show for the most part. Yes, the first verse was personal, but the second one was kind of not about me in any way or form. Okay, that verse is kind of messed up. Okay, if that happened to me, I'll be done for. And then there's the chorus. The chorus and the chorus is not about her either. The chorus is uh, I, I won't explain that. But basically that was the whole concept of the song. That particular section was definitely about her. The rest of it was other personal experiences. The second verse was nothing to do with my real life, and then the chorus was the chorus. Okay, and that was what we had, and that's what we worked on. And then I recorded it here after recording Solace, and I mixed it. I mastered it. It kind of it did not sound very great, okay, but I did my best. And sometimes maybe like the lo-fi audio quality is kind of like needed. So yeah, I recorded it, and then in the process of mixing it, I get very excited. In the process of like mixing songs, I get very excited, and I always want to like send it to a friend or someone, or just someone to who like makes music, so they can help me like in case I can't hear anything, they help me like fine tune it and be like, okay, adjust the bass, do this, do that. Shout out to Red Son. He's kind of like the main person I send songs to, and he helps me do it. I think I'll put his channel down or something with Catinata too. But um but I didn't send it to Red Sun first. I sent it to this guy. This gal. I'm sorry. I keep my mind is going somewhere else while I'm recording this. But like, I sent it to her and where is my phone? Hold on, let me see something. I in fact can't reach my phone from here, so I'll just speak. Um, I rather not even show text. That's kind of weird. If you notice, I didn't even say a name or anything. So, she was like, "Is this about me?" I sent it to her. She was like, "Is this about me?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, it is not." And mind you, it kind of was. Not completely, but it kind of was. And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Okay, so why does this sound so similar to something that happened between me and you?" And I was like, um, um, thing was, she thought I was like ghosting her at that point. Mind you, it didn't take a day for me to reply. I disappeared online. Now, why I disappeared had nothing to do with this conversation itself. Although I have that thing where I get overwhelmed and I just drop my phone and I just get off the internet. That was not what happened at all. What happened was I have a grandmother, okay? I love my grandmother. Shout out to my grandmother. But I was at her shop and basically there were things I had to move. Heavy things, okay? Mind you, I am pretty I am pretty strong, okay? So she calls me and she's like, lift these for me, please. And I'm like, sure, grandma, why not? And I do that, okay? I lift the things and I take them to the shop. And by the time I get back to the text, I sent it to her. I was like, "N- I'll no, first I replied with nah, it's not about you." And then I deleted it. And then when I got back from like dropping the bags, the items for my grandmother, I I responded again. I double text. Believe it or not, I double text. And I said, Where was I again?" Yeah. So I double texted her and I said, "This is not completely about you, okay? It's sort of not about you, but it's about you in a way." And mind you, I sent this song just because I was like excited and I just wanted her to say it. I didn't even like think of the part about her because it's been like 3 months after this, and I was like, and it it was like 3 months after I wrote it. It was it was in the recording process, and I never even like thought about it. Like, oh, this is about her and thing. So like at the point I sent it, I was even like clocking in the fact that that verse was about her. It was to me, it was just like, here's this cool song I made, okay, and that was all I was doing. I like, listen to this cool song I made. Do you like it? And I was so excited, just for it to be like, this is about me, isn't it? And I don't blame her. Okay, it's kind of weird, okay? It's kind of weird to send a song where you talked about someone to them, okay? Uh, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was just excited to show her, and it didn't go well, okay? I deleted that message to the one where I explained that it wasn't completely about her, and then I proceeded to lie. Okay, I am a great liar. What I did was I changed the audio files in FL Studio and I said, I recorded this before I met you. I changed the audio files usually have like dates. So I changed the audio file dates and I set them like a couple of months back. I was like, look at the audio. I changed it. I changed the dates. You this is not about you. After I finished saying it was about her partially, okay, and I deleted it, and then I sent that a video of me like showing the dates, and it's like, this is not about you. Then she didn't respond. I deleted it. And I think that's why I stopped. I probably sent something else, but I deleted all the messages I sent. Okay. And then at this point, what was happening was she wasn't responding. Okay. She might have been online, she might have been offline, she might have seen it, she might not have seen all the things I was sending and deleting. Okay. But the key thing is this: after I deleted all those messages, I tried sending her a message in the evening, and I was like, huh, she's offline, which is weird. She's always online, always. Not always, always, like, I'll say chronically, kind of like me, honestly, but chronically online, okay? And I sent her a message and it showed one tick. It's WhatsApp, by the way. It shows one tick. And I think to myself, huh, one tick. Is she fine? Is she all right? And I'm panicking because I thought maybe because of what I did, what I sent, or what I said and deleted, maybe something happened to her. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. But I thought that was the case, and I was terrified. Okay, I was terrified because I cared. I cared a lot. Okay, and I was just terrified, and I was worried, and the whole time I was like, what is happening? And I am panicking. The next morning, I call her, and then she peeks, but I can't make up what she's saying, and I'm still worried. It was later that day that I found out she blocked me. Boom. This is the climax, I guess. Or is it the climax? No, I think the climax was before this. Anyway, that was when I found out. She told me herself. To me, I didn't even think I could be blocked for something like that. I just thought it was it was silly. Okay, okay. I just thought it was silly. And why would you block me? Okay, why? I'm so I'm so saucy, baka among us. Please take that part out. Delete that part. Anyways, I realized she blocked me. I was like, huh, she blocked me. And she was the one who told me, by the way, because I did not believe at that point that she could block me, because it never made sense to me. Okay, I really loved her, and I kind of thought she felt that way. So the whole idea of being blocked was crazy to me. And who knows? Is this something to be blocked over? I don't know. Okay, so when I asked her why later, she told me, she was like, it was because you were deleting your messages. And she was like, oh, so you don't want to talk to me? Fine, shut up. And she blocked. That was kind of her explanation for why she blocked me. She was like, you're deleting your messages. But I would like to disagree. But me, I'd like to disagree. I believe it had nothing to do with me being deleting my messages, because I delete a lot of messages. Okay, if I send a message, you don't reply, I will probably delete it. I should probably just leave it there. Sometimes I leave it there now. I've kind of learned to just let things go, but it I delete. I had the habits already at that point, and she knew it. And so her saying that she blocked me because of the messages quite was not something I agree with at that point. And now, what I would like to say is, I feel like I was blocked because I said because of what I said in the song. Okay, I feel like she listened to it and she felt hurt, or she felt kind of attacked by what was mentioned in the song. And to me, it wasn't that offensive. Okay, but I honestly understand where she was coming from. Now me and this individual are there's a lot of law behind this, and I will try my best not to say anything about it on this channel. So I don't get sued or something. I don't know. Okay, I probably can't get sued because I'm not saying names. It's not defamation. Okay, guys, it's not it's not defamation if it happens. um Also, I also did crazy shit, so it's defaming both of us. But yeah, a lot happened outside of that. So after she blocked me and she told me, oh, she blocked me when I called her earlier, I kind of like apologized for it because even though I didn't still feel like I did anything wrong, I still apologized because, um, you know, why not? Like I cared. And so I said I'm sorry, and that was kind of the end. It wasn't, but it was kind of the end. And yeah, but it didn't end there, okay? What happened after was I called her. Mind you, she does not like phone calls. Me, on the other hand, I don't like to text very much. I prefer to just like put my phone up, put it on speaker, do whatever the hell I'm doing, and listen to you speak, and I'll reply, kind of like a conversation, not like typing constantly. But she prefers that. And we've only like, I don't think I've ever called her up to that point, but that was the night that we called. And then later, then we texted it out. Yeah, we texted it out, and it kind of got resolved at that point. Then after that point, we kind of walk past it. But it was a really like funny experience, and I thought it was funny, so I just thought I'd talk about it. So yeah, that was how I got blocked because of a song I wrote about a woman. So yeah.